My name is Susanna Mills, and I'm the editor-in-chief of the American Philatelist. The November issue is really exciting because for the first time ever, we partnered with the American Numismatic Association to come up with a joint issue between their publication, the Numismatist, and ours, the American Philatelist. So when you receive your November issue of the AP, you'll see articles that are written by members of the ANA. You'll see articles that are written by APS members, of course. You'll see these articles that celebrate the connections between stamp and coin collecting and try to give collectors of each a taste of why they should consider collecting the other hobby. The exciting part of the whole thing was getting to work with another team and see all of these connections that we never dreamed were possible between the two hobbies. There are more obvious reasons for these connections, which we explore in the issue. For example, there are items that have crossover appeal and could be collected by either stamp or coin collectors. But there are also connections that are more subtle. For example, similarities between the hobbies on the whole. We have similar levels of research, publications. We both have educational courses. There are things that the ANA and the APS have in common, which we can celebrate and discuss. For example, we had their president and our president, Cheryl Gons, discuss what the future of the hobby is and what we can be doing to help it grow. And they, come at it from their different perspectives. But that's a connection that we have as coin collectors and as stamp collectors. So this issue got to highlight those connections in a really great way. The cover was really fun. Here it is. So as you can see, this is a kind of representational imagery. We've got the chalkboard. The idea for the design was that we wanted to capture the spirit of stamp and coin collecting without necessarily showing an actual single stamp or single coin to try to sum up the entire coin collecting hobby and stamp collecting hobby. So we went with this more representational feel. Our graphic designer, Chad Cowder, pulled out an actual blackboard and actual chalk, and he sketched out the designs of the stamp and the coin. And then we were able to photograph and scan that and use that as the basis of the cover design. So the AP and the Numismatist have two featured articles that are shared between the two issues. One is written by an APS member and one is written by an ANA member. So from the ANA, we have Ken Bressett. He wrote this article kind of exploring the joys of stamp and coin collecting. He explores those items that have crossover appeal. And actually, this article leads in really smoothly to our second feature article by APS member Dr. Paul Holland. You all know Paul Holland. He's been in the pages of the AP many different times. This time, Paul contributed a more research-heavy article, which was about a very specific stamp issue from Latvia from the early 1920s. And what's special about this stamp issue is that the stamps are printed on the opposite side of an unused banknote because there were paper shortages due to the war. I thought that particular article was very apt. You often say there are two sides of the same coin. In this case, it's two sides of the same paper, stamps and banknotes together. Paul digs into the background and context of why these Latvian stamps came about. In addition to the two feature articles, we also have a couple of AP exclusives that are published only in our magazine. One of those AP exclusives is by Jeff Stage, who's our senior editor, and it's about coins on stamps. That's topical collecting. And we also have a couple articles that aren't related to coins at all, which will hopefully please all of you out there who have firmly decided that coin collecting isn't your thing and will not be swayed. But for the rest of you, we hope that you will be swayed and think of giving coin collecting a shot. This issue of the AP and the Numismatist have been a long time coming. We decided about a year and a half ago that we wanted to work together with the ANA, and they were really excited as well. We've worked together with the ANA before, in kind of a lesser capacity. When we held Great American Stamp Show in Chicago, we shared conjoining halls in the convention center, and at that time, numismatists and philatelists got to kind of mix and mingle, and that sparked some future conversations that we're going to be able to have about more ways that we can work together. More on that to come. We'll see what happens, but this joint issue is another step in that. So essentially, we reached out, we agreed to work together for this issue, and we started laying out the plan, like how are we going to give stamp collectors and coin collectors a taste of how the other half lives and a taste of the connections that we share. And so the way we decided to do that was to allow the ANA columnists to have their columns in the AP, and allow the APS columnists who we regularly publish have their columns published in the Numismatist instead. So we decided on this exchange, we decided on these joint features, we edited ours, they edited theirs, and then crossed them over. We had a lot of back and forth between our teams where we got to ask questions like, well, what does this particular term mean? Your readers might be more knowledgeable about that and just know what it is, but ours won't, and vice versa. So we're exchanging definitions and knowledge, learning to walk the walk and talk the talk. I just want to say it was such a pleasure to work with Caleb Noel and his team on these two issues, and I really look forward to working again with the ANA in the future. Yes, two final things to discuss. One is that you as an APS member can not only read the AP, you can also read the Numismatist. Because it's a joint issue, the ANA made the Numismatist available to APS members to read for free. All you have to do is follow this link, and it's going to be on the screen because I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but here it is. Yeah, so please check out the Numismatist, and you can see at that point what our APS columnists and what our APS columnists wrote for their magazine at the same time as reading what they wrote for ours. The second thing is that if you enjoyed this issue of the AP, if you enjoyed this issue of the Numismatist, I think it's definitely worth taking a look at the ANA's special membership deal. They are giving APS members a really special discount, 50% off ANA membership. All you have to do is go to money.org and use the discount code ANAPS2023. And again, that's money.org, ANAPS2023. 50% discount. It's a really good deal. I'm going to take them up on it. I wasn't a member yet, but now I will be, partially because I really want to see this issue. And I loved working with Caleb and his team so much that I want to see what they're going to do next. So join me, come along, get excited about coin collecting, get even more excited about stamp collecting. See you tomorrow. So yes, we do have something new up our sleeves. In February 2024, we are going to be issuing a brand new digital-only magazine. And the best part is that it's free. The second best part is that it is for people like you, people who are digitally savvy, who enjoy the online stamp collecting community, who maybe don't collect things that traditional collectors do, or maybe people who don't approach collecting the typical way. Maybe people who are younger, who are who don't see themselves represented in the APS, people who enjoy stamps but might not consider themselves experienced or even intermediate collectors, but still want to learn, people who are engaged and curious. This new magazine is called Stamp Ed, and this magazine is for you.